Hey y'all, I have been wanting to make this video for the last 2 weeks, and when I had time I was too tired to do it, and then most of the time I didn't have time. But I wanted to talk to y'all about something that happened. I have been eating clean for 5 years. Low carb for 5 years. I didn't put anything in my mouth that wasn't low carb or on plan. And I felt so good about that, and I was so happy about that. And right before my kidney surgery, I was off plan because I was eating some soups and things. I was having a lot of nausea, and I didn't have a lot of food prep made, which is unusual for me, but it is what it is. And so after my kidney surgery, I started having a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and part of it was because I was tired. I didn't feel like cooking, so I would go, here or there and get things. And at first it was things that weren't exactly clean, but they were still sort of low carb. But then I just fell off the wagon, y'all, and I had donuts, and I had Chinese, those little Chinese dumplings. And I even had some bread from, it was Longhorns. I ordered a steak one night from Longhorns because I was so exhausted. And this was an honest mistake. I had no idea when you ordered food from them to go that they put those loaves of that brown bread that's so delicious in there. And I had some of that, and I had a piece of cake at my brother's graduation. There was just a lot of stuff going on, and I just fell off the wagon. So I was talking to some friends of mine, and this woman, I thought she loved me, and she said to me, and I'll show you a pic of her in a little while, but she said, you are up here doing YouTube, trying to help people stay on a diabetic diet. You're not 100% on your plan, and you're not being consistent with your YouTube videos, which I know that's true. And she said, I don't know why you think that you've got anything to give anybody in this realm. And look at all these younger people that are out here doing YouTube, that are doing this and doing that, and they're young and they're thin and all of that. And, maybe you should just think about not doing YouTube anymore. And so I was telling a couple of my friends about this, and this dear, precious sister in Christ named Tracy, I was sharing with her one night, and she said to me, Jacqueline, she said, you're a human being, and you have been incredible over the last 5 years. And she said, you have been such an inspiration to me that I think you should make a video about this. And I said, well, I've actually been thinking about doing that, but I don't know how to approach it. And I don't know exactly how to tell people what was going on. And she's like, just get on camera, do what you always do, be yourself, and tell the truth. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So y'all are probably going to be seeing this video on Monday, because I'm filming it this morning right before I'm getting ready to leave for church here in just a little bit. But I wanted to just share with y'all, because I'm back on track, and I've been back on track for about 3 weeks now. And it feels really good to be back on track. And I'm still struggling emotionally with things. Like last night, every year our church feeds people. At this time of the year, we give out food boxes to families, and then we also cook soups and stuff like that. And I generally don't participate in the cooking part of it, but this year some of the ladies at our church were going to be out of town and weren't going to be able to do it, and so I decided I was going to participate. So I want y'all to know that I made a pot of soup for this, and I made 36 Jiffy cornbread muffins, and I did them in batches of 12 muffins at a time. And so when I got through making my first batch, I was like, man, that cornbread looks so good. But then I was like, you are back on track. We're not going to fall off this wagon again. And so I stopped in the middle of cooking Jiffy corn muffins for church, and I made some of my low-carb cornbread. And I realized while I was doing that I was feeling like, man, this stinks. Everybody else can have this, that, or the other thing, and I can't have any of that. And then it dawned on me, Jacqueline, you have a recipe for low-carb cornbread. And so I stopped right in the middle, and I made myself some low-carb cornbread. So last night, I had low-carb soup with low-carb cornbread. And guess what? All those feelings of denial and not being able to have what everybody else can have, they went away. Because something I forgot was almost everything that I have a desire for, God has given me a low-carb solution or substitute for that food. And I think, like many other people in the low-carb diabetic realm, the only thing I've found so far that I can't replace is potatoes and corn. And there's a lot of things that we can use in place of potatoes to make that up. And corn, I had to say goodbye to it because there's nothing out there that I know of that you can substitute for it. And I don't really miss it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And I just wanted to, let y'all know that if y'all are going through this, because I grew up with a lot of shame and guilt and condemnation around food issues, and weight. That's the reality of how I grew up. And so I've been experiencing some of that since I fell off the wagon, as it were. And so I want to let y'all know, if y'all are going through that, if you've been doing really good for a while and then you fell off, you haven't undone all the work that you've done. And that was something else that lady said to me, is that, you've been doing great for 5 years and now you've just undone all of that. That's not true. It's not true. So if you're going through that, I just want you to know that you are not alone, and we are human beings. Tracy reminded me that, I've been such an inspiration, and she put me on a pedestal, and I said, don't do that. Don't put me or anybody else on a pedestal, because we're all human and we all make mistakes, and I have definitely made my share. And this last incident here with the food is another example of me making mistakes in life. But you know what? God forgives me. He has grace. His mercies are renewed daily, and He's helped me get back on track, and He's brought people in my life to show me love and care, and to remind me that we're all on a journey, and the journey's not over till we go home, So I just wanted to tell you that, and to let you know that if you feel like you've fallen off the wagon, it's okay. Just don't let the wagon run over you and keep you down, because the whole trick is keep getting back up. Today, do what's good for you today. I had to make a decision last night to do what was good for me last night, and I did it, and I feel great about it. But I couldn't have done it for me. I couldn't have done it without God's help and the people in my life that love me and support me and everything. So I just wanted to tell you that. And I promised you that I would show you a picture of this woman. So I'm gonna post it right here in the video. I'm gonna insert the picture here. Yep, that's right. It was me. The woman was me. I am the one that was saying all of those ugly, hurtful, hateful things to me. So if you do that too, knock it off. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. It's okay to look and, like I've done, say, okay, that was a really big bad mistake, and you were making poor choices. But guess what? You're back on track today, and you're a human being, and you have not undone everything that you've done in the last 5 years. And I just want to encourage you guys, if any of y'all are going through that, the same thing. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is that this past week, Macie had a birthday. It was her 4th birthday, y'all. Can you believe that she's been with me for a little over 3 years now? I can't hardly believe it. But anyway, if you've stuck the video out this far and you want to see pictures of her birthday, that I'm going to tack those pictures onto the end of this video. And I've got a really good soup recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm going to record it today when I get home from church. So hopefully this video will be up Monday and the soup video will either be Monday night or Tuesday. And I'm making a commitment to y'all, and I'm promising y'all that they will be up at that time. And that's the other thing I want to get back on track with, is making videos consistently and not saying yes to everything. I have a really bad habit of that. And we are in the middle of doing the stocking thing this year, and I will probably include that in the next video just so you guys can see the stocking ministry that we do every year. We make 125 stockings for the police department in Villa Rica to hand out to seniors. And so we're heavily underway with that. So anyway, I'll show you all of that. Stick around for Macie's birthday pictures if you want to. I just want you guys to know that I love you, and I appreciate so much that you guys have been patient with me while I've been going through this, and that you are constantly being supportive and loving. I tell my friends all the time that I'm so grateful for our community, because we don't have hateful people here. I think the whole time that I've been doing this channel, I've had like a total of 3 or 4 nasty comments, and I just delete them, because we don't do that around here. If you're gonna be ugly, we're not gonna participate. But we really don't have that going on here. And so I just love you guys so much for that, and I appreciate your love and your support. And also, oh, I did want to tell you this. Jenny has been very busy this month. She's got 3 family members that have got some pretty serious medical stuff going on, so she hasn't been able to come over as often as she usually does. And so that's part of what's been going on here. So y'all please keep her in your prayers, and her family in your prayers. And I will see you in the next video. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I appreciate it so much. And I will see y'all soon. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.